I just woke up, told to look outside, and I got a big old moon out there. And you can't tell through the phone, but there looks like two moons. It really does. One of them is fake. Well, there's something up there. It's like a moon with a halo. And it's totally fuzzy, but extremely bright. It's illuminating. And then there's a moon in front of it. I don't think you can see it through the screen. I can see it with my naked eye. And it looks like a much less illuminated moon in a perfect circle, the way I remember it. So what the hell is that big shiny thing? When I was here in November of 2018, I could swear the moon was dancing. Don't call me crazy. Let's keep an open mind, guys. Nothing we know is real. So keep your eyes open. Ask questions. Maybe be curious about life all over again. As if it is a brand new world, because to me, guys, it is a brand new world. I see everything different. Okay, back to bed. Oh, wow. You know what it is? It's like the round part of the moon came out. Like, it's out, like, I can't, how do I explain it? It's like a round ball came out of the moon. And it's in front of the moon. And then it goes beside the moon. The hell? I have a picture of the moon in my living room I finger painted that was really weird. And I'll show you tomorrow. But I'm tired. One thing I noticed about Quebec City is I always have a good view of my moon. But usually there's a big star beside it. And this year I haven't really seen the Polaris star. Another thing I notice is the moon never had a halo before. It seems to be illuminating a halo. So I just observe. That moon is special, I will say that. I don't know how yet, but it's special. So I can't sleep tonight. It's 3:08 a.m. When I can't sleep, I don't worry about it. You know, you never worry about anything. I keep trying to say, work with what is going on and how you feel. If you don't feel like sleeping, maybe get up and make a cup of tea or hot milk. But don't panic about it. I know a lot of people go, oh, I can't sleep, and they start taking drugs, and there's something going on right now. I think the energy in the world, I can feel it like we're all sitting in some pressure cooker. But 99% of what I'm feeling is just on the media. It's not my reality. I'll tell you that. There's nothing going on in my neighborhood. Nobody's dropping dead. And I think psychological terrorism is going on more than anything. And people do the unthinkable when they're sitting in fear and stress. They can't sleep, they can't eat. They're worried about their finances, their families, their livelihoods, or what's going on. I'm kind of feeling a little bit of loss of hope, or not loss of hope, but I'm really, I'll show you something here. I watch BitChute. That's where I'm losing my hope, because it's completely flooded with liars. Freemasons. They're all Freemasons, guys. These guys they're reading from the same script, and I don't believe any of them. I don't believe that Trump is your friend in any way. I believe he works for Israel. Well, I know he does, actually. Forget believe. When I say something and I feel it strongly, I know he is not in America any more than Steve Bannon and all of his friends. They work. They're the Jesuits, I think. They're not even Jewish, are they? Let me think. Nancy Pelosi is involved in Italy with the Pope. But so is Steve Bannon and Trump, my friends. Yeah, the whole thing's a stage show. The whole thing. They're all actors. And they all have scripts. And some of them do their job better than others. But the Freemason bros that are on the BitChute here are very, very sad people to me. You know, Alex Jones, Dr. Robert, yeah, you know, you can't count on. There's even women, like one woman, Laura Lynn. She used to work for the 700 Club. That's a television evangelistic crap show about Jesus Christ Superstar. And yet she's a truther? I don't believe anything unless I know it. And I really recommend everybody don't believe anything unless you know it. Look around your neighborhood. Look around your family. What is going on there? But because of all the distraction from these boys, that we're not going to see what's coming, because there is a war. There is a weather war, a disease war, a war against humanity. And what they've done, in a nutshell, is they have educated everybody to work against themselves, their families, and their countries. They're allowed to call themselves experts and put on coats, white coats or black coats. They got letters behind their names, and they feel pretty self-important. And that's why nothing's happening to save you, because none of them would be able to admit that they're wrong. They're an army of zombies out of university. They are so gone. I've known it for years. Like, I never could work with the academics, you know. I used to have to hire them. I was a program manager for a large job club in Vancouver. It just took me forever to find somebody once they'd been through university, because they can't teach. They teach from a book, from what some Nazi taught them on how to think. The reason I was hired at the job club was because I was a mother on welfare, and I lifted myself up by going to school, volunteering, getting a resume going, and finding my jobs. And it happened to be Hal Klein, a Jewish guy in Vancouver, who owned this large job club. And it was right after I had finished my criminology, psychology, and counseling certificates, because I wasn't going on to university. I wasn't going on to second or third year, because I already knew from what I had studied in first years, they were teaching evil. So, but he hired me knowing that I didn't have the degree. And he told me I was the best job club instructor he had ever had. because I'm somebody that had the personal experience to help. If you're an expert and you learn from a book how to be a mother, like a nurse or a teacher or a healer, but you're getting your intel from a book, you have nothing but artificial intelligence. And the difference between artificial intelligence and emotional intelligence is feeling. And if you can't feel your way, you're just a robot. You're just a robot. So please, be in touch with your feelings. Please don't go to the good death. There is something going on. I sincerely believe that what's going on is they're going to be just cutting off the supplies to us because we're so easy. So easy. Just sitting here like sitting ducks. It's August 12th, 2022, and I just can't sleep. I woke up to my moon and more, I'm going to put it this way then, because of people not understanding me or misunderstanding me and then taking it out on me or something. But in my imagination and in my story, it is totally coming together, and I know who I am and where I come from. And tomorrow I'll do a video and show you some of the finger painting art now that has come clear to me, and it's an amazing thing. And show you some photos I did, or not photos, but actual art I did. When I first arrived to Montreal, I drew this picture image of this strange woman and a strange costume. And I wasn't an artist, but I knew it was meaning something in Montreal. I knew everything I was doing was meaning something. I was very well protected by Mark. Who is Mark? When Trevor was 4 years old, he said, "Mom, why do you call me Trevor?" And I said, "Because I named you Trevor." And he said, "I am Mark." So my son died, and he was replaced by Mark. And that happens. And it happened here. I'm going to tell you the whole story. It's my imagination. But I am protected by Mark, because when I was sent to Quebec, homeless and abandoned by my entire family, the little apartment I'm in, this beautiful little sweet apartment, is just, I said, it couldn't be, because it was like totally built for me. And it even had numbers around it, and I'm talking to numbers like code. It's all still unconscious, you see. You can't expect to know everything all at once. You can't. You gotta allow for new information. You guys are a bunch of judges. Anyway, I come from the moon, and the moon is a mirror. And this earth is the shape of an octagon. And well, I'm going to let this song that we had planned in advance say it, okay? Because I just don't have any more words for you. I have 22 subscribers on BitChute and 135 on YouTube. So Wow, what a night. And when dots start connecting like that, it's very overwhelming. And you can pretty much go insane with excitement. But if you do, you won't be able to sort it out and articulate it to your friends. Can you come from the moon? Yes. There's another side to the moon you don't know anything about. It's heaven. And the simulated life down here is hell. It really is, guys. And my story, I'm not going to get into all the details right now, but I'm going to start where my consciousness started to come after beings of light came and with my deceased son, and I know all, but I couldn't put it all together for anybody, and I still can't in a complete picture, but I will walk you through what I know. These are my photos in my old Google account, and I documented my journey after I went homeless, and I was in a trance, and I was dumbfounded at what had happened, but I was already warned to be prepared, so I sort of went through it all. Gracie and Truly there, these were the cats I had to leave behind. And this is how I wanted to start it off. To all the people who are loving and kind to me, thank you for the sunshine that you bring to my life, because honestly, I've had very little in my life. I had to go through everything so that I could show you. But I'm not going to be able to go into all the details, but I had lung cancer and I was very skinny, 99 pounds, when I arrived in Montreal. But I had found cannabis oil and suddenly I was healing and I was able to walk everywhere. I walked everywhere in Montreal. I'm just going to find some certain pictures I need to show you and bring to light. But I just want to show you how happy I was in Montreal, walking around McGill and old Montreal, and I just couldn't believe myself. I felt like I was on a perpetual holiday. I didn't feel kicked to the curb at all there, in between bouts of depression. I ate in the nice little restaurants. Okay, now some of these pictures are in the wrong place too, so I have to be careful. I just want to point out a couple to prove my story. One's most important to me to show you my story. Let me get to it. That was the Airbnb in Old Quebec City I was at. Look at these places. Like, come on. I'm a homeless woman on a pension. I still live like a queen. Okay. Look at them starting to get some meat on my bones. Well, I gotta find the picture that stunned me. Look at that. Look at that. I was doing crafts in a Montreal park. I didn't know how to do crafts, but remember, I was working with my right brain only. That was me, little pink hair, a skirt or whatever, coming out of the stars. And this is where it started. This is the eternal trap we're in right here with the Book of Torah. Listen, people want to argue with the semantics about books and their names and whatnot. I don't care. I'm saying the Garden of Eden started here, okay? And it became an eternal, perpetual life of these religions, keeping you stuck in this matrix. So that's one. I pulled a strange card I didn't, from my deck that I didn't know what it meant at the time, but I can change my patterns when I change my mind about them. So we're neuralistically programmed to, through these religions of Torah, Bible, and the Quran, using Jesus and Muhammad as their new, superstars to save you. I was meeting all these people, like this guy at the Airbnb from Congo, and I just felt like I knew them forever. So there's a lot of times that you're so unconscious, like I was. But I promise everything and everyone I met was on purpose. This was the time I was at the store by McGill University in Montreal, and I had an Airbnb for the month, but money was very tight, and I was worried about food. So at this certain store in Montreal, I literally felt somebody lift me up and carry me around the store because I was so afraid of shopping and not having enough. And then I got everything I needed, and the amount of money was exactly to the penny that the cashier rang out. I had exactly enough, and I got everything I wanted and needed. I was so happy I even took a picture of it. And here I am. This was the picture I drew. It says Ireland. I know in my DNA through ancestry that I started off Celtic, and then Norwegian, and then Western Europe, mainly UK, and then Canada. I don't know if that means anything or not yet. I really don't know. My number is 911. My birthday is 911. I don't know what that hat's all about. There's a song called Blanket on the Ground that I really, really love. But I fell in love with it when I was married to my ex. It's the first time I heard it. And I sort of had a association, I was trying to pretend that we had a relationship. So I always associate that stupid song with my ex. And so I don't know why it keeps coming back to me, called Blanket on the Ground. So I wiped out everything to do with Gary with that song. And I was reminded of when I was a child that I used to lay out a blanket on the ground all the time and eat dry cereal out of a bowl, and just be with the sky and the ground. I'm gonna get that song and I'm gonna play it. Yes, there's music that's been set up for my consciousness. Well, look at that. I'm getting interference, so I can't show you anymore. Oh, there's a call coming on. I wonder why. Yeah, I just go with the flow. I'm going to stop with my pictures there and tell you what I think. And I'm just expressing my imagination based on my story and my journey. I came from the moon, and the moon is a projector. Our beams in our eyes, our stars. We are made of carbon, diamonds. We're supposed to mirror love here. No, I don't have anything else today. I'm very tired through the night, waking up to my moon with the halo and this consciousness dot connecting happening all at once. It really wears me out. So it's hard to articulate anyway. And the less crazy I sound, the better, I guess. So I'm going to just stop now. I'll put these 3 videos together. And I still put it out there, even though I'm putting out some uncertainty. I am certain that our moon, you've never been to the other side of the moon. I've been to the other side of the moon. Oh, wait. I have a correction to make about Mark, the name Mark. I'm going to look in that. I'll look that up too. Trevor just, he didn't die. I'll start there. He was with me through his life until he was 25. But earlier in the video I said, Trevor said his name was Mark, so Trevor must have died. That was a thought I had, and it was a little bit heartbreaking last night. But no. He was using a code for me for this time, for me to remember. There are people named Mark in my world that are completely depraved, like really depraved. The guy named Mark brought me Refugee, my cat, a couple of years ago. I mean, I swear he came from the moon. His eyes were total circles and black. His hair was long and stringy. And I just put on Kijiji that I wanted a refugee cat. Whatever I put out there, I get. Whatever I ask for, I get. Let me put it that way. And this guy showed up with this beautiful, beautiful cat that had the body of Grayson, one of my cats I killed, and the face of Truly, the other male cat I had that I left behind in BC. See, I was so heartbroken about all my cats just being destroyed through circumstance and poverty, and not being able to look after them properly. It was a heartbreaker. So I didn't want any more cats, but I was very compelled to get one. So I put an ad out, Kijiji, and this strange little guy showed up named Mark. Also, my landlord being named Mark, and he is also a very, very strange, depraved, kind of weird guy. Well, I don't know if he's, I don't know, because he's confused sexually, and he has no empathy for me at all. Like, he doesn't hurt me at all. Like my mom doesn't really hurt you, but zero empathy or help from him at all, He expects women to be like a man, you got to be equal. I couldn't work like him. He works like a dog out there. He's really doing a good job too. But I'm not a man. And men are expecting women to be men. And if they're not men, then they are not worthy. So men are going to be left with men. That's what's going to happen. That's what I'm trying to say. It's the genders, the brain's been divided here. So it doesn't matter, like, if I come from the moon or the stars or what. The truth is the truth. That men have destroyed their own right brain by beating up women based on books of fables, like the Garden of Eden. It started there. You start thinking like that, you're going to rewire your brain. You're not thinking right anymore when you step into somebody else's fantasy that you don't know anything about. But here we've got mass congregations going to these churches, and now we've got the whole world going to these schools. And you are being neuralistically trained against yourselves and our earth. The only people that can get it are the people that can feel their way. If you can't feel, then you'll be dumbstruck in just a storm. A horrible storm is coming. A horrible storm is coming. And it'll be in your brain. So I want you to remember me, okay? Oh, there's orbs too. So many moon things coming to me right now. When I went homeless, this beautiful furniture showed up. Like, it was at a donation center, right? For people that didn't have anything. Look at that. It's pure marble. There's not a chip on any of the glass. It's a three-piecer. I'll show you here too. And there's a little moon on all of them. That's a strange thing, little moons. Still putting my ideas together here. Like, are they trying to destroy the moon? Are they sending rockets to the moon? Because they might break the firmament and kill themselves. Okay, I couldn't show you my pictures of my orbs. Orbs are spirits that can't, they come in the form of a ball. They look like a moon. They really do. And some people capture them in photos or videos and they dart around. They're spirits. Orbs are spirits. And I just wanted to show you a picture of two orbs that were over my shoulders, my left and right shoulders, in a picture of mine. And it was my father and son looking over me. And it's so clear and vivid. But my internet connection's been, it's gone right now. So, and I want to get this video out. You just have to believe me that the moon is my story. We're star seeds coming from the moon. Or I am. I'm not talking for the world anymore because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if anything's true other than that I walked into a Garden of Eden and it's not true. And this place is a big fat lie. So you can do what you want with it. What I'd do is erase everything you think you know. And I'd stop listening to the Bro Club, the Freemasons. And I'd start wondering who you really are and where you come from, and start talking to your spirit. Sometimes when I've been sick, I couldn't go to the bath. I couldn't go pee. And I learned through my own experiences, like I've had heart attacks, I've had strokes, that you can command your body. Like I command my body, go pee. And suddenly I go. And then when I had that stroke a few months ago and I was on the floor, shriveled up like a pretzel, I said, stop it, stretch out your legs, stretch out your arms, get up. And I couldn't. So I crawled and it hurt, but I forced myself to crawl into the bathroom. And the more I tried, the more I stretched out and was able to. But if you just give up and lie down and wait for the doctors to come and save you, you're not going to make it. At least that's what I said to myself. This video, again, is not put together in a professional way, and a lot of people dismiss me for that reason. They like to see things in order, and they like things to make sense to them right away. I would watch me 2 or 3 times. I would see some of my other videos. My news isn't like the other news. It doesn't expire, every day to a new one. No, mine's unfolding. And you can see in my story and my videos how my unconsciousness has unfolded since the beings of light and my deceased son blessed me with the download of the truth. And through all my wonderful, huge experiences, there's nothing better than knowing that it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. I'm in my imagination, and it makes a lot more sense to me than this world does. That's the truth.